accident. I'll see you on the other side, though, I promise. Hit it, Scooter.
Man, this is one of them moments. Catch a ride! That's the best you got. A flying city, one to two dumps, possibly out that makes you think you've got a chance against me. Suck. Suck.
Mwah. Alrighty guys, what's going on? So I just went through a hell week. Just worked 52 hours this week. Oh, 54 hours. Whichever the case, I mean, I don't really care. What's really funny, I guess, about the Invader in this game is it functions like the Invader pistol from Borderlands 1. What made that weapon unique was the scope, which basically made it dump its full mag. And so here, the Invader does the same thing, but it's a sniper rifle, and sniper rifles will 99.9999%, 0.44499993217% have a scope. And I say that because only unique weapons in Borderlands 2 are only unique snipers don't have scopes. So, in terms of generally what weapons spawn from the loot pool, I think there are only 2 guns in the entire game that don't have a scope. Oh. I'm tired. I just got done working at 12. And I had to deal with extracurricular dog shit. Which, I mean, take that for what you will.
I love the way you vault hunters just up and trust an Angel. Never occurred to you that she was working for you today. I did the same thing to the last 4 vault hunters, but I'll be entirely honest. Tricking you guys this time? Way funnier.
So that's a throwaway line, and really that's supposed to reference Borderlands 1, but fun fact, I think it might actually reference the pre-sequel, because he said the last 4 Vault Hunters, and technically speaking, the last 4 Vault Hunters would have technically been, Wilhelm, Nisha, and, Claptrap, and so on and so forth, which, by the way, if we go by the Claptastic Voyage, he didn't exactly trick them, you know what I mean? But then again, I also feel like in the context of Borderlands 2, as of the time of its release, as of the time of writing this, Borderlands pre-sequel wasn't even conceptualized. It wasn't even a thought in the developers' minds or in the storyboard writers' minds, you know? I guess the reason why there will never be another Borderlands game like Borderlands 2 is because the only other game that's like Borderlands 2 that's not Borderlands 2 is the pre-sequel, and nobody likes the pre-sequel, I think. That's pretty safe to say. But the thing is, it's like if they had just stuck to this, if they had just stuck to the same formula, I feel like the rest of the Borderlands games would have been better. If they just slightly improved this. You know, if they just slightly improved this. Like, you see how the weapon designs are, the graphics and everything like that, if they just slightly improved this instead of change it completely. I still like Borderlands 3 and I'm gonna buy Borderlands 4. But I think the reason that you guys can say that is because I'm a Borderlands fan, you know? Like I'm only doing that because I'm a Borderlands fan. If I wasn't a Borderlands fan, then I would get almost nothing from you know, doing any of that stuff. And I even decided I might even try out the Borderlands 3 DLCs. I might try out the Seasons Pass. I really might actually download these DLCs for that old ass game. Because I mean, I'm playing this old ass game, and you know, like I'm actually enjoying it. You know what I mean? I'm actually like completely taking a 380 because at one point in time I said I was done with Borderlands. That I was closing the chapter with it because I couldn't platinum the game because like the last trophy I'm trying to get is just difficult, and that's just not fair. You know, it's not fair to nobody. That's a lot of damage, but
This will hurt. Now where was I?
so a common issue that faces this game in particular is late game. You know, I feel like Maya's a powerhouse, but you have to really play Maya. You know what I mean? You have to put in the hours. And I just never dedicated that much time to Maya. Now, when I was playing Borderlands 1, I knew Lilith was clearly the pick. She was the choice. Because she has the strongest abilities for that game. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I really just... I call myself a Borderlands master. Yeah, I've never played it. I've never beaten a single Borderlands game with all 4 Vault Hunters maximum level. Now I'm coming pretty close, but still, like there's just nothing else like having your Vault Hunters fully maxed out. You know what I mean? Like that's just something different. That's something else.
Gotcha.
We gotta get a stronger pistol, because this pistol's carrying me. An elemental pistol. Oh, that's gross. An elemental pistol was carrying me. The other thing is this, like we're getting the health regeneration skills. Like lifesteal is powerful when paired with this. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure you can almost get it to 1.8, and then if you combine lifesteal with this and the other health perks and with the proper equipment, you can constantly just regenerate health. The Neogenator's a great shield. Personally, I recommend the Flame of the Firehawk, and you know, I feel like the Flame of the Firehawk should just be a random drop, but it's a quest item. It's a legendary shield. And yeah, there are better shields, but yeah. So the Thunderbolt fists, this pistol is pretty powerful.
from death! No! I'm back, bitches!
I think I might want to switch out to Thunderball Fists because Boss is a powerful pistol. Very powerful. I mean, to the point where it's almost game breaking, I'd argue, in some cases.
Hold it right there!
Oh, I'm so tired.
No! Badass! Hold it! Now where was I?
What? This is wacky. I'm just going to kill Captain Flynn and see if he drops a stronger Fireball Fist. Hey, if you guys want to know, my best bet right now is realistically getting the Dull Hornet and Corrosive Element. I think that's the only element that that gun can come into is Corrosive. I could be mistaken. Or if not, just regular non-elemental. I don't think there's a version of the Hornet in Fire. I think it's literally just Corrosive. 99% sure. But that's because I'm going off of years of experience.
Hold it right there.
I think that's absolutely crazy, right?
riddance.
Or we did not get the better version of the gun we're currently using. I'm perfectly fine with that because the Thunderball Fists does have one major issue, and that's the fact you can easily accidentally kill yourself or do way too much damage and too much room for failure. Despite the fact that that same flaw is actually what makes it pretty overpowered with certain characters, especially Krieg. But in our case, I like that SMG on the loading screen, the Emperor. I think it's underrated. I really wish that it had more of a bonus effect than it does. I really wish they highly optimized the damage or something like that, because if they did, I feel like it would be a much more respected SMG, just hands down. If they had just kept it like this, you know, this art style, Borderlands 3 was more like this and less like Borderlands 3, I think Borderlands 3 would be a better game. You know, because really comparing Borderlands 2 to BL3, they're totally different games, and that's okay. You know, that's what makes them good. You know, Borderlands 4 is going to be like, put it this way, if Borderlands 3 was the Borderlands to revitalize the franchise, then Borderlands 3 is like Borderlands 1, and Borderlands 4 is going to be like Borderlands 2.
Pretty cool.
See if we got it. If we didn't get it, it's okay. I'm not mad. He just has a very high chance of dropping the Hornet. And we just need the Hornet because we need something that's more high damage. We could be farming Unkempt Herald, but Unkempt Herald, in my opinion, it's a 10 out of 10. Actually, it's an 11 out of 10. But my problem with it is the same thing that makes it great. Is the one downside about it is it's so good that it's overrated. I see it in every build. I see it used in every playthrough. I use it in every playthrough. I obtain the weapon at some point throughout a playthrough. And getting that weapon, it's just like, yeah, it's badass. Yeah, but when it's your solution to 90% of the game, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just too much. Like, it's overused. It's like a good song that's overplayed, you know what I mean? It's like you go to the club, you hear, okay, we'll pick a song. I don't know, a Katy Perry song, right? Go to the club, it's there. You hop in your car, it's there. People playing the radio at work, it's there. You're at the shopping center, it's there. You know, your friends listening to it, it pops up into your favorite playlist. The song even pops up randomly all across these commercials, and you cannot escape it. It's just overplayed to the point where you're just like, okay, we get it. This is a good song. All right, let's listen to something else. You know, like that's sort of how I feel about the Unkempt Herald. It's so overused because it's so good. But I'm not saying Katy Perry's good, but I'm saying that, like, an example, right? Or I'll use a real example. Us Nirvana fans, right? We love Nirvana, but like Teen Spirit and Come As You Are two fine examples of this. They're great songs. The downfall is they're so good that they're overplayed.
You won't enjoy this.
I don't think he dropped it, but we're gonna double check. Because we need something. We need some sort of leeway here. And this isn't. He dropped it. Second try, he dropped it. And it dropped in the corrosive element, which is exactly what we were looking for. It did not drop with the parts I wanted, but I'm not really a stingy person like that. Like, okay, it's kind of underleveled. It's a 52. We're looking for a 54, something that does 15,000 damage. Benefits are it does literally double damage. Literally just over double damage. That's pretty much more than what I could actually ask for, especially because corrosive in this game is so useful. Like in Borderlands 1, corrosive is a strong element. We're going to keep farming. Hopefully we're going to get a stronger, better version with a better scope, maybe better stats all around, hopefully. But mainly looking at the damage of elemental damage and base damage, because if we get that to be more than a little bit higher than what it currently is, and that's double the damage of what I was currently doing beforehand, and that was kicking ass, then surely this is the easy farm method. Now, again, the Hornet for me is kind of overused a little bit, but for a different reason. Because one, it's an easy first farm. It's an easy first gun to get. It's a very common legendary. My first ever playthrough ever in Borderlands 2, I had this weapon, this pistol. And I refused to get rid of it. It was my first legendary, my first boss fight, first mini-boss. You know, my first try. I got this gun. And my friend did a playthrough, and he's like, yeah, I got the Hornet as well on my first playthrough. It is such a common legendary that, quite frankly, getting it, it's just, I don't know, man, it's just, you get this like little feeling. I can kind of see the loot there. He didn't drop it, but we're going to grab that money. We're going to grab that cash. Yeah, and this obliterated him, by the way, with, any non-elemental version of a pistol is going to have higher base damage, but just note that if you can find one that's has just over the same amount of base damage and also has elemental effect, it's the damage. It's the DOT, the dot damage over time, that really matters here, because all damage stacks basically. So, if you were to combine amp damage with the base damage plus damage over time, that's a lot of DPS. That's a lot of damage. Especially if the enemy's slagged. You know what I mean? Or especially if they're highly susceptible to that element. It's just, yeah, it works. Borderlands is such a simple, at its core, it is so simple. Making it more complex than it needs to be, I think, ruins Borderlands. It's like Call of Duty Zombies, you know, it's really just something meant to be simple. My only qualm with this franchise, or with this game, Borderlands 2, is, like, they're really, with the Ultimate Vault Hunter upgrades, I really think that they should have increased the player weapon and storage SDUs, you know, and ammunition just by a little bit. Because really, at that late game, you know, you're going to be using so much of it. He didn't drop it, but we're going to just double check. You never know, my eyesight's kind of dog shit. That was kind of a distance. Yep, he didn't drop it. I'm still gonna pick up this money because I'm cheap. And again, the whole reason why we're farming this is to help carry me through the next chunk of the game, because I'm not going to be using like weapons I was using when I was like in my late level 40s, you know what I mean? Because those weapons are starting to poop out. They're starting to do low enough damage to where it's requiring 1 to 2 entire magazines to get a single kill. That's just not ammo effective, and also it's just not enough for me to be able to sustain myself in combat. it's still, like, in some cases on certain enemies, yeah, a half a mag to a couple rounds can get a few kills on basic enemies, but on the more difficult enemies, like the nomads, the badasses, and stuff like that, sometimes it requires multiple mags, and it's like, okay, it's just not ammo effective. You know what I mean? So if I'm supposed to run Digi-Peek, which I'm not saying I'm going to run Digi-Peek, but if I was, that's just counterintuitive. And if you ask me, it would be really cool if at Digi-Peek the WTF guy dropped 2 pearls instead of just 1. But I think getting a guaranteed pearl is pretty cool.
Gotcha.
Another funny thing is we're kind of iridium farming. Like low-key, we're kind of farming iridium. Which is good, because we need to start upgrading our storage as our SDUs. I really wish with the Ultimate Vault Hunter pack if we were able to purchase upgrades to damage resistance. 50 iridium gives you a 1% damage increase, only allowing you to upgrade it a total of 50 times. Because that would be a 15 time up to 15 times would be a 15% permanent damage resistance. And then the same thing with elemental resistances, and then the other one is, I don't know, increasing gun damage for all weapons permanently by 15%. Can you imagine that? Those are decent boosts. Imagine a fourth one giving you each player. I don't know. I feel like UVHM starting the game, even like with no skills, if you were to take away all your skills, giving you health regeneration, at least 1.1 health regen, just as a standard for across all characters, plus their abilities and equipment, would be more reasonable. Especially when it comes to farming raid bosses and stuff. You know, yeah, it kind of nerfs, nullifies some of that challenge, but at the same time,
Good riddance.
I think it dropped it. Let's see if it's better. Hopefully it is better. If he dropped it. It doesn't look like he did. I don't know why I thought he dropped it, but I thought he did. I really thought he did. We got it our second try, but then again, we're gonna keep trying until we get a better version. Because I don't, it's the sights on this one I don't like, and I think that's kind of the interesting thing, is that you don't really get to choose what's on your gun. It's just you kind of sort of get what you get, don't throw a fit. Which again, I'm not too pressed, because I still got the gun I was looking for. In the element I was looking for, it just had the parts on it. Also, it's not the level I was looking for. I was looking for something my level, level 54. Which had the highest damage output, is what we're going for. So we're looking, like, this gun, like, for reference, guys, the reason why I was able to make the level 43 Thunderball Fists work is because of my badass ranks. I have 131,000 badass ranks. So my gun damage is 369.9. So in other words, multiply the base damage number by 3, and that's how much damage you do. By over 3.5%. To be frank. And at some point later in my Borderlands future, maybe it'll be 400. But still, That's a lot of damage.
Stop struggling. That was satisfying, huh?
I've deleted more characters than I can even count, you know what I mean? But then again, it's just like, I don't know what it is. I had so many characters on this game, quite frankly, I just had to delete most of it. I had over 60 characters on this game. And what they were really doing, they were just like loot whores, you know what I mean? Like I dropped entire inventories with their shit to the characters, and I ended up deleting them because I'm like, you know, half the shit's modded, the other half is literally farms that I did, variants of guns that I found better variants of, and so I didn't need them, and you know what I mean, just low tier loot, and I'm just had to delete them because it's like, it's hard to figure out which characters I actually play and which ones are just there to hold loot, which ones there are to experiment with builds at the lower tier and at the mid tier, and even in some cases at the high tier. But that's when I'm like, yeah, I just want one of each Vault Hunter and maybe a couple other duplicates. You know what I mean? Like, I still have a fair amount of characters, but it's also the amount of challenges I've completed and other shit. I mean, this has taken years to achieve. But yeah, 131,000 badass ranks is definitely really powerful, because not only do I get I want to get it to a 500% health increase, because that's just powerful. You could basically start a new game if you had 1,000 health, plus 1,000 health, plus 1,000 shield. You'd basically beat the entire game without dying. Essentially, is how powerful your character would be. Imagine plus 1,000 gun damage, like multiplying your gun damage by 10. Say your gun damage is 79,000, well, that's times 10. 500,000 damage a shot to like 2 million, like over 10 to 15 million damage after a full mag dump. You know what I mean, depending on what you're using.
Calm down.
He didn't drop it, but we're still gonna steal the money. Cause I'm cheap. I'm cheap, and that's my business. You never know what you'll find in the store. Again, you know, I'm just really hoping that we get that we just get a better Hornet, something just 1 or 2 levels higher. No, level 52, I believe. Yeah, 52. We're looking for a 54. Just so that way, my damage calculations, I can just set it at 10,000. Because if my damage is times 3.5, that's essentially 35 or 37,000 damage roughly. And it's like, if that's the case, then that's fucking crazy. That's gonna carry me until I'm like in my mid-level 70s. No, not really. It'll carry me into the late 60s, early 70s, maybe. No, it wouldn't. It would just carry me throughout the level 60s, you know what I mean? Because that's when, I think that's when you hit level like 62 or 63, that's when like loot just starts getting fucking bonkers. I'm no professional, I'm no Borderlands expert despite years of experience, you know, I got a lot of experience in Borderlands, but also the other thing we're farming here, beyond just money and iridium, and possibly farming for the beautiful Hornet, which we've already gotten. We're just, again, looking for a stronger version, because I would like it. I mean, it's almost at 10,000. But the thing is, it's doing 4,600 damage per second. We're looking for something with maybe a little bit more damage per second, because my elemental effect damage it does not show. Like, that's how... I'd assume maybe it's 100, 120. We'll just assume that. I got a sniper. You know, I really like the Hornet because it's such an easy farm. Yeah, I think that's the other thing is like the process to get it's easy. It's not an impossible gun to get. The drop rates for it are pretty high. Again, it all comes to luck. But when you hit UVHM Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, you know you gotta also keep in mind that the way loot is generated, it makes it harder to farm this pistol. Believe it or not, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Because like the loot of the percentage of higher rarity items dropping go up, but the problem is the common loot drops, I think, go down.
Let's do that again sometime.
So what ends up happening is the game generates more blue and purple rarity weapons, whereas because now those are what's rare, what's more common, legendaries still remain more rare. Essentially, because it's not. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but if I was to assume anything, because I mean, when you're farming in UVHM, I think the drop rates for everything above green rarity goes up by 1% or 2% maybe, or maybe less. So you know your odds of rolling something decent is pretty high. But then again, you know, when you're considering that there's a whole new rarity in UVHM, meaning pearlescence, that now spawn in the world and in the game and can drop from almost any loot source, now has to be generated, and yeah, it's just it just makes the loot pool pretty crazy. Now I really wish we can increase the rarity or the legendary and purple rarities to go up by 2% and drop the chances of lower tier loot like green and white by 5%, so that it increases the odds of you rolling a legendary even more. You know what I mean? But they won't do that. They can't do that. This game's already set in stone.
Stop.
Alright, we have to go take a look, 'cause he died and he dropped loot. I can't see what he dropped. We're gonna give it a couple more tries here. I mean, like, we're picking up hella money. Like, I got hella money here, you know what I mean? But I just need that one thing, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Then I can move on. But the other thing, what we're also trying to do here, cheese dick in the game like this, is leveling up Maya. Because I want her to be around Axton's level, which is 60, by the time that she starts really getting back to Sanctuary. Because, I mean, that's the thing, is you want to guarantee that by the time you beat the game, you're at least max level. Because once you beat the game and you've unlocked every possible side quest because you've gotten that far into the game, then the side quest loot, you know what I mean? Then I'm going to be farming the, what do you call it, the OP levels, and we're going to go from there. You know what I mean? I'm going to have most of the levels where I can farm a mini boss at the end of the side quest done. But then I'm also going to keep some of the missions open and incomplete for the tubby farming, because if I want pearls, that's how you get pearls, tubby farming. And that benefits everybody, especially if Maya becomes that farming character where that's all I used for farming purposes and to cheese a couple of Seraph Guardians. It makes it a lot easier, because the thing is, it's like when I have a character that I can do all that with, then I don't have to grind with, say, my Commando or with my Psycho or with my Gunzerker. I can just grind with my Siren And that's kind of the benefit of having multiple characters, is because you have the ability to drop multiple items between characters via the locker room, that locker that Claptrap has. But my only issue with it is it only holds up to 4 weapons. I was kind of, imagine if you were able to upgrade that size by about 1 slot for every 25 iridium. And imagine you can get it up to a maximum of 10 or 15 or 12 like slots inside the, you know, the Claptrap locker, you know what I mean? Where you can put the items in there, load up any other character, and those items are in there. You know, because if you get it up to 12 items, you know, you could really get into, okay, I'm reorganizing characters' inventories completely. But since you can't hold more than 5, you're only, you know, allowed 4. It means that that's only 1 item per main character, which there are 4. But then again, it also, they didn't upgrade it when you got your extra Vault Hunters. So I kind of wish that, I don't know, I kind of wish that they cared a little bit more about giving more to us players for the long haul, because, you know, the other thing with Borderlands 2 is, like, the actual raid boss farming itself kind of sucks. And it only kind of sucks because, you know, if you're going to solo farm some of these raid bosses in the end game, you know, you have to rely on glitches, or to rely on exploits in the game, because some of them are, because they're not designed to be soloed, they're designed to be grouped. And now I'm a solo gamer, and let me tell you, the strategies for solo killing Cromarax from Borderlands 1 are fucking wild. They are literally the most wild things, you know what I mean? They should have, really what they should have done is tweak the AI to be a little bit more vulnerable and to allow you to actually hit the weak spot on its back. You know what I mean? If they did that, then okay, then yeah, the raid boss would be much easier to do legitimately, without having to use modded gear, without having to use bullshit, without having to use weird glitches. But nah, the game's bullshit. And, you know, I kind of appreciate the fact that players find the little bullshit ways to kill some of these raid bosses. You know, it has a element of charm. I have to think outside the box, and that's, I think, what games are really for, to get us to think outside the box. You know, and I think that once you get a game like Borderlands that's outside the box, it redefines what the box means, and I think that comes into the method of level design, you know, because sometimes it's not about a game's story or a game's character, you know what I mean? Like, this story takes a backseat, gameplay, so the gameplay loop takes the front seat, you know what I mean? It takes the driver's seat, because, you know, when it comes down to it, this game is basically a slot machine. It's a free slot machine. You know, you don't get charged each time you use it. So each time you get a kill, each time that there's loot generated, there's a roll, there's a chance for you to get something better. And because of the RPG mechanics, it constantly leaves you trying to level up, trying to upgrade, trying to get better equipment, trying to get better gear, better loot. And because everything runs off that same RNG, the same random number generators, it's just sometimes it's like Forrest Gump says, it's like life's like Borderlands is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you might get a very rare drop. Sometimes you get shit. Sometimes rare drops suck ass, and you know what I mean. It's just, you don't have that rare drop because it's good. You have it because it's rare. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, it's got that Pokemon style charm. It's like Pokemon with guns. You know, you gotta collect them all. You know, there's something to collecting the different legendaries and obtaining them and farming for them, and once you finally get them and you fucking scratch it off your fucking list, there's just some sort of satisfaction that comes with that I can't really say the same thing for other games, because unlike Borderlands, games like Pokemon and stuff like that, you sort of kind of know what you're getting into. Kind of, sort of. Borderlands has such a way of doing it that there's just nothing else like it. and I feel like Borderlands 4, you know what I mean, if done properly, is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be another great Borderlands game. But you know, Borderlands 3, I was very worried for the game. I didn't even beat any of the DLCs. I beat the game once with the Beastmaster, and I'm replaying it now as Moze. And I can tell you what, I prefer to play as Moze. I like the soldier characters, so I'm kind of excited to see what they do for Borderlands 4. You know, like I think the pre-sequel takes unnecessary shit, because I think the pre-sequel is still 10 times more Borderlands than Borderlands 3. But that's just only looking at Borderlands 3 through a negative lens, because deep down, Borderlands 3 is really not that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I just think that as a Borderlands fan, killing off Maya was a dumbass decision. I also think that the character of Ava or whatever her name was, the little girl that became Maya's successor, right? She had shit character development, and it's just like, okay, yes, look, man, like Borderlands is never a story-focused game. It was never about the story. It was never about telling a fantastic story. It was never about being engaging in terms of like narrative. But like, they're changing the lore. They're changing how the universe treats sirens. They're changing our knowledge of what we know about these things, without giving us a clear answer. You know what I mean? Because it's just it's cheap. The writing is bad, and I feel like Borderlands 4, if it has a good story, if it's able to redeem what Borderlands 3 fucked up, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's okay, because the way I see it, it's like Borderlands 3 is sort of doing what Borderlands 1 did. It's defining a genre, because well, here's my comparison, right? Borderlands 1 defined the genre, right? It was the first to do it, so there was nothing else like it. So Borderlands 3 redefined this game, you know what I mean? They changed so much. They added the different mayhem modes. They were trying to fill big shoes. And unfortunately, I feel like Borderlands 3 was ambitious at the start. It had an amazing start. It has amazing guns. It has amazing climbing mechanics, sliding mechanics, and it changes up the formula. It dices it up. It makes it more interesting. They have more vehicles that are interesting. They have multiple planets. They have multiple factions. You know, a lot of deep lore that just sort of, you know, they continue. You know, the humor is good. It's so good, right? But the problem is, it comes at the expense of the story. And that, my friends, is what kind of ruined Borderlands 3 for me. I wasn't buying the ending. I don't know, man. We'll see what Borderlands 4 has in store for us Vault Hunters, right? But I think that giving Borderlands 4 a chance is about the least we as gamers, we as Vault Hunters, we as fans of this beloved franchise, that's the least we can do, is just give the game a chance. I didn't play Tina's Wonderlands. I didn't give a fuck about that game. You know, I'm just not. You know, I was playing my games. I was playing Resident Evil and Dead Space, and, you know, shit like that. Call of Duty. And Call of Duty's taking a downward spiral because it's suffering some of the same problems that Borderlands suffering. It's all about appeasing to mainstream audiences. It's appeasing to the Fortnite kids. You know what I mean? Not all of us like Fortnite. Not all of us want mashups. Not all of us want crossovers. Not all of us, like, and it's happening with so many franchises. An example, right? Like the Tony Hawk game that just now released has a Doomslayer pack. Doomslayer has nothing to do with skateboarding, so it's kind of funny to see the character doing something that he wouldn't normally do in a completely separate universe. But it's kind of funny, right? It's kind of cool. It's kind of edgy. It's kind of different. Here's an example. In Skate 3, there's a cheat. If you type in Dead Space, you can play as Isaac Clarke in a fucking skating game about skateboarding. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking awesome. But, you know, it's like, some of us that value good story, like Resident Evil, good enough story, you know what I mean? Cringy, funny, goofy, campy, cheesy, whatever you want to call it, still has a pretty damn good story, especially compared to other games. And like, you know, remember when Call of Duty wasn't such a, like, when it was in its prime, in its golden era, like, the story kind of, sort of wasn't the world's best story. They were like these
Another down.
basic action movie plot villains and shit, you know what I mean? Like, Makarov wasn't a well-developed villain. I think the Black Ops franchise had the best villains, the best narrative, the best story to be told. The most interesting story at the very least, you know, especially Black Ops 1. You know, it's kind of had that twist ending, kind of like the movie 7, you know what I mean? Or Fight Club. You know what I mean? Whilst Black Ops is pushing limits with storytelling and other things, and Call of Duty was controversial, right? Like, I mean, literally Black Ops 1, you know, you hallucinate killing John F. Kennedy, you know? They talk about MK Ultra and government mind control conspiracies and shit like that. Well, they're not conspiracies, they're declassified now. You know what I mean? Modern Warfare 2 has the mission No Russian, you know what I mean? And, like, Modern Warfare 3 has those gas attacks on Paris. You know, COD 4 has that, one of those opening missions. A Middle Eastern president gets assassinated on TV. Gets shot in the head with a Desert Eagle. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty fucking graphic. A nuke goes off, right? That's back when Call of Duty had balls. World at War was the most grittiest experience, I think. The closest that any video game is going to get to depicting an accurate synopsis of World War II. You know, and now when we're looking at something like Borderlands, it's like, I don't know. We'll see what they can do with the story. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the pre-sequel, I was kind of wondering where the franchise, what direction it was going to go. I think it was pretty clear to me that with Borderlands 3 that the Watcher wasn't there. I kind of, as a fan and just as a curious person, I just wondered where that story was going to go. And it sounds to me like they're going to kind of continue it here with Borderlands 4. So I'm kind of excited to see how it plays out. But, you know, gameplay, graphics-wise, it looks like an improved version of Borderlands 2. And people are like, well, Borderlands 2 has a unique day and night cycle, a unique dynamic weather system. It's like, okay. Borderlands has always had weather. Look, it's snowing, for crying out loud. Look, there's wind gusts. Alright, that's weather. Is it not weather? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? It's, this is weather, right? This is a dynamic weather system. Well, it's not dynamic, but it's a weather system. We've always had day and night cycles. You know what I mean? So it's like, some of these things have been in the franchise since Borderlands 1. You know what I mean? And people are acting like it's new. I don't know. It's just something I heard. I don't know. Maybe I'm not understanding what they mean by that. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of trying to give it some benefit of the doubt because, you know, like, alright, everything, okay, quick note, right? I'm gonna get political for just a second. If you guys notice, everything has a political undertone to it. Like, for instance, this guy that shot up a Catholic school, everyone's trying to make it, like, political. One side blaming the other, and it's like, you know, maybe politics doesn't have anything to do with this. Maybe it's just good and evil. And as simple as that. It's not a political issue. It's a philosophical, spiritual issue. You know what I mean? You know, maybe things are, I don't know, maybe people are just dumb, you know, but it's like, once video games become political, once it just becomes about trying to convey some sort of political message to adhere to some ideology that none of us really care about. Like, here's the thing, right? Politics are almost inescapable So let me ask you guys this: when you're at work, oftentimes in the workplace they discourage political and religious conversation, right? They censor us, right? Why should it be any different than in our video games? Now, unless something is clearly being, unless the subject of politics has to do with the, oh my god, he dropped it, holy fuck. See, look, that's how much I care about politics, so much so that I can literally cut myself off mid-sentence because the fucking legendary dropped, you know what I mean? Oh, and it is better. Look at that, we got it, boys. We fucking got it. Look at that. It has the better sight. It has the melee attachment, the bayonet. Hold on, let's compare it. Yeah. So we got a better reload speed, better fire rate, better corrosive damage, better DPS, but a lower expense to accuracy, and a slightly lower magazine size. I say slightly lower because the difference is by about 3 rounds. Alright. And that's what we're looking for, guys. That right there. Look at that. The close quarters Hornet versus the loaded Hornet. We're dropping the loaded Hornet. I'm sorry, but maximum health. Look at that. 133,505 badass ranks. And we got what we were looking for. We did it. Okay, girl, what was I talking about politics? I can't even fucking remember. Oh, yeah. So, it's like, it's inescapable. You know what I mean? Like, it's truly inescapable. It's like... Yeah, but at the same time, it's like people don't want to talk about it. You know, I mean, it creates division. People like get into these tribalistic, oh, well, you disagree with me, then you're against me. Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not with me, you're against me. It's fucking stupid, alright, man? Like, I'm political. Okay, I voted. I'm a Trump supporter. But you don't see me, like, throwing my beliefs in people's face, forcing people to believe what I believe, because ultimately I don't really care what other people believe. I know what I believe, alright? You know what I mean? Like, I don't see the subject of politics being necessary in every facet of American life, or at least in global life, because people in other countries have completely other different worldviews, and those worldviews are shaped by life experiences, you know what I mean? Like, somebody might not like a certain political party because of something personal, alright? Everyone has their reasons, and that's up to the individual. It's not up to me to influence them. That's not up to, it's between that individual and themselves to make that choice. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just that simple. And I don't see why or how or whatever it has to be any more than that. You know what I mean? And so it is what it is, man. But Borderlands, I think, has always been a game about billions and bazillions and fucking trillions of guns. Alright. Badass cel-shaded comic book style textures. And over-the-top, goofy, funny characters. Lots and lots of satire. Alright? It shouldn't be anything more than that. If it is, then it's brand identity. Right? It's a brand identity crisis. Or Borderlands doesn't know what it wants to be, and that's a problem to me. You know what I mean? When something loses its identity, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a good look. Alright? Like, Call of Duty lost its brand identity.
Pre-recorded message begins.
The bloodshots are killing us!
Pre-recorded message ends.
I'm just gonna let this cutscene or this dialogue play out. I've already tried.
Oh man, the steam pumps ain't working either. I see your problem. And I'm gonna take this slow so that you can understand, alright? That thing's broke as hell. Yeah, I better scavenge some replacement parts from the other pumps near the motel. Now, the valve you're looking for is way up at the tippy top of that pump. You have to climb your way up that thing like a snort-happy redhead on a slag bin if you want to get at it.
Oh, come on.
Some skaglet turned off our steam pump. Perforate them! Oh, you got the steam thing. Ooh, these pumps used to work off some other techs when people complained, so they switched over.
And guys, I could have been farming the Unkempt Herald the entire time, but the main reason I wasn't farming the Unkempt Herald is because, in my opinion, for those who just now clicking on, because I see I have 17 viewers right now, but the main reason that that I wasn't farming the Unkempt Herald is it's overused. You know what I mean? It is just overused. Every playthrough, every character I get, I will always get an Unkempt Herald. Later in this playthrough, I'm going to get one eventually. I'm going to get one at some point in time. It's one of those inescapable things.
Hold it right there. Shut up.
For what they do? Oh no, they're all the way back and over there. Up and over there. That's actually fun fact, guys. For those that aren't on the channel, and I don't say that enough, but that's an old saying that me and my friend Steven used to use when we were growing up. When we would say, "Yeah, we were up and over there," or "Yeah, dude. So that store you're looking for, it's down the street, a couple blocks down, and so yeah, it's up and over there." And then we just point to the general direction. Nah, no, it's fucking stupid. But yeah. Oh shit.
I bet you my remaining kidney, that pump right there, still got a working capacity. Just flip open the bolt case and grab that sucker up.
I mean, this is how dedicated I am to you guys. You know, I literally worked a 12-hour shift. Now I'm playing Borderlands.
Looks like the Stags ate the hell out of that steam pump capacitor.
Nothing stops me.
Bedtime. Ha.
Well, that sure looks like the capacitor I was looking for. Hey, side question. Is it weird when I notice the moment you pick something up, you know I can see you in the bathroom? Is that weird? I'm in like a spying on you in the bathroom out of Friendship Day. Well, either way, let's plug that pucker in.
See, like, Scooter, man, when they killed him off in Tails, that pissed me off. And the fact they made it canon, you know what I mean? Like, it just sort of became a part of the lore and part of the universe. This sucks. But yeah, when Borderlands 4 drops, you guys will see me playing it from start to finish. I'll stream it. You know, I'm kind of excited for it. We got a lot of games coming up that I'm excited for. Battlefield 6, I think. Yeah, Battlefield 6. I'm sorry to say it, guys, because I hate to be one of those echo chamber type of people, but Black Ops 7, I hate to say it, because like I've been like, okay, Black Ops 6, I can't lie to you guys, like I got most of the weapons diamond. I have my LMGs, my snipers, assault rifles, which that's not a real term, by the way. SMGs, I had all those diamonds. Shotguns. The only ones I was missing was the marksman rifles and the pistols, rocket launchers, and specials. Melee, and then that's it. It was so close to doing the maximum camo grind in that game, but I don't know, when I get on something, I guess it's my weaponized autism kicks in, and I just have to just do it 110%. Like when I go on those bullshit quests, guys, you know what I mean, like, you'll know it when you see it. When I'm locked in, I'm just locked. I can't divert my attention from anything else, you know what I mean? Like Borderlands, like look at this dog shit, guys, alright? Because I have 18 people watching me, alright? Look at that. fucking 131,605 badass ranks, dude. That's sweaty, bro. That's stinky. And that's something else I wanted to clarify, because so many people say, why do you always say, that's stinky? It's just because it's like saying that's sweaty. It's the same thing.
Silence.
It's just, it's funnier in my opinion. Fun fact, this Borderlands craze all started because when I bought my Xbox 360 a couple weeks ago, I needed games and I found a copy of Borderlands for like the original Borderlands, like mint condition, mind you, like no scratches on the case, no abundance of stickers, just a basic copy of Borderlands 1, and I plugged it into the Xbox and I'm like, yeah, this is a familiar game, because my trick to, if you're like transferring from one console to another, and especially if it's unfamiliar, buy games that you already know you like, play it on there, because you know it's not like there's a learning curve to the game. Like with Halo, for me there was a bit of a learning curve because you can't exactly aim down sights with every weapon. Most of the time it's hip firing, and you know I'm not a huge Halo guy. So when I was a kid I had only played it maybe once or twice, but I had, as a child, I would fucking collect the fucking Halo Mega Bloks minifigure mystery packs, and I would fucking collect the fucking little Mega Bloks sets, because I was always a Lego kid, but the Mega Bloks figures had better articulation, better posability. You know what I mean? Like they were more affordable at that point in time, and Halo was badass. You know, fucking Lego didn't have a military theme, and you know, it's like the ODS or the UNSC and the ODSTs are fucking badass. And I'm like, dude, this is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? So.
Hey, thanks for taking the bait, grabbing that power core. It was hard to concentrate on charging the vault kilo with rolling buddies attacking my iridium mines.
We'll have this place up and running here in a second. Just trying to level up Maya here, because like we're entering like the we're still at that 20% of the game, but I at least want to be maximum level by the end of the game, so that way the rest of the end game, when it comes to like farming pearls and doing all that shit, farming raid bosses and stuff, is going to be accomplishable. Shit. Drop that motherfucker. Let's go.
Damn, Polymon's love building their homes on these southpaw fronts. Well, best kill that mom so you get that part you need. Ha, you went and found the gearbox, huh? Man, those gearboxes sure are the cats off the safe drawer, as we won't stay around here.
So this whole mission has a weird like Easter egg kind of to it. The mission No Vacancy, right? It says replace a steam valve. It's a reference to Valve games. You know, they made classics like Portal and Half-Life, and oh, can't forget Team Fortress and Counter-Strike, and numerous other games. Left 4 Dead is another one. Then replace the capacitor. I can only imagine that's a reference to Capcom, which has made classics like, oh gee, I don't know, Mega Man, fucking Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, and then Gearbox, which made Borderlands.
Just plug in banana boats in, and the bounty board will be as juiced up as an Olympic athlete his parents have unrealistically high expectations of him.
Dude, I fucking love this game. You know, the other game I'm really excited to play on the PS5 here is Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the remake of MGS3. That game's my favorite, man. Like that game, some of the dialogue, some of the codex from MGS3 still hits hard today.
switcher on, he should have a buttload of new jobs to take. Ha! Catch a job!
Already. We're almost there to level 55. I mean, we'll grind it out. You know, we'll do what we have to do. We'll just keep moving forward, though. It's like that one movie, Meet the, oh, fuck, I can't, was it Meet the, oh, fuck, I can't remember. Not Meet the Jeffersons. It was some fucking movie about this boy that time travels. I can't, I don't know, it was an older movie, but the message of the movie was just keep moving forward. I don't know what I was trying to do, man. I was trying to make some fucking reference. But my brain's not functioning, it's fucking fried. My brain's fried because it's going on 5 hours of sleep after working at 12, driving an hour home and still being up playing Borderlands. It's fucking crazy. So I mean, at least we're rich. I mean, that's a lot of money for this playthrough. Well, not really, because technically in this playthrough we'll have maximum cash, no problem. Okay, look at that. We're almost level 55. I'd say we can grind Fink's Slaughterhouse, but I don't have the gear necessary, and I'll do all that later. We have to go play Act. We have to go switch up our characters here in a second. Once I get to level 55, we're switching back to Axton, because I'm almost done with the campaign with him. The rats. If you guys are watching my previous live stream, I demonstrated that you actually don't need to go through here to get to the Highlands. You can go through the dust. But for pacing reasons, this is all filler. It's part of the game that's all filler. I think that's ultimately why people don't like this area. Jesus Christ. Dude, fuck off. Are you still my life? Damn it. Dude, fuck off. Oh my god, dude. He smelled delicious. Fucking, dude. Fuck. Dude, Brody, the fucking sun's coming up, bro. The sky's pink and fucking baby blue. I'm gonna take a hit out of this vape. Yeah, I started vaping a couple days ago. I still prefer cigarettes and cigars. And I don't even smoke very much either, you know what I mean? Like, a single pack of cigarettes can last me up to 2 months. That's how little I smoke, man. I'm not addicted. I'm not delusional either, you know what I mean? I just don't really like smoking, you know what I mean? I just get that smoker's breath and shit like that, and you just have to pop. Ooh! Dog shit! Yeah, see, he got it. Damn, you got 20 people. I know, it's like 10 times what I normally have watching me, but that's 100 times more what I have watching me, Brody. I don't know, man. We're just all vibing here, I guess. Borderlands is a vibe, man. Sweet, there we go. Yeah, if it's one of the E-Tech weapons I really like, it's these SMGs, the plasma casters. These things are fucking cool. I'm sorry, these things are just fucking cool. Ooh, I didn't know we could. I did not actually know we could put the crystalisks into Maya's phase lock. That's fucking goated.
That wasn't so good.
Look at that. We could put them in there.
That must have hurt.
Yeah, for sure, man. Crazy thing about Borderlands, I actually did not figure this out until over a year of owning this game, having this game on the PS3. Because I figured this out on the PS3, you don't take fall damage. So in other words, you just open this, sprint for this doll sign, jump down, womp,
Pandora has no hope.
womp, womp,
You
womp.
have no reason to trust me. I get that.
And then you're in the next area. Just like that. just like that. You don't take fall damage. You gotta love that. And in Borderlands 1 you do. No, make no mistake. In Borderlands 1, you do some dog shit like that, yeah, your ass is grass. But in Borderlands 2, not so much. You're untouchable. Womp.
And I'm awesome. Hey, killer.
Yeah, it's fully disabled.
Find a way back here as quick as you can. Now that Sanctuary's reappeared,
What the fuck? Oh, you just came out of fucking nowhere, didn't you? You done fucked up, didn't you? I mean, I'm so close to... Okay. In my Axton playthrough on UVHM, I forgot to fucking touch the fast travel.
Location, Sanctuary, not found.
oh no. The phase blast must have taken Sanctuary off the fast travel network. Okay. Head to the iridium extraction plant nearby. I think I know how to get you back to your friends.
Soon as I hit level 55, we're just gonna spend the skill point and then hop out.
You are the only person who can stop Jack. Roland, Lilith, and Mordecai. He defeated them long ago. They can help you reach him, but in the end, he brings Jack down.
Oh, these rabid ones suck ass. Wait, you are streaming on Twitch too? No, I'm only streaming on YouTube. Whoa, dude, whoa!
And now you will fall. You stop.
Alright, cool. We're gonna get that regeneration up. But like I said, I'm a man of my word. As soon as I hit 55, we're backing out. We're switching back to Axton. Because he's level 60, he's 5 levels ahead. But we're gonna try to... Because, look, we're just trying to get everybody back up to pace. Right? This is just vibing, guys. I don't have any goal in mind here other than to level up each character in UVHM so that I can grind each of the bosses with each of the characters. Remember, bro is a security guard. I am, bro. I am a security guard. Holiday weekend, and it was a difficult shift, man. Because, see, here's the thing, right? The shit we have to deal with as security guards, it sucks fucking ass. I mean, like, literally, I deal with idiots. People that can't even wipe their ass without a fucking Lego instruction fucking pamphlet. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking stupid. So, yeah, check this, guys, out. We've got pearls on it. We've been farming. Okay, look, level 54, got a submachine gun. Level 56, we got the Shreddifier. Now we're level 60, so we need to start upgrading. That Lego joke right before I head out. Yeah, man. Like, I'm in one of those kind of moods today. I'm just chilling, man. Let's go to Southpaw Steam and Power. We're gonna farm for the what do you call it? The Emperor. Gonna get a stronger version of this gun. I mean, it's not too bad. It's 14,000 damage. So if you multiply that by 3, you know, this gun's doing about 50,000 damage roughly. Because if you look at my badass ranks, 369 is the gun damage. So multiply this number by 3. Okay, so that would be like 40,000. Now multiply this number by half, or just over half, because it's technically 69%. So almost another 70% of that added to that. That's almost 50,000 damage per shot. So if you think about it, that's per shot. It's full auto, so you could realistically stack a few 100,000 damage out of this thing, no problem. And with the B shield, you know, yeah, you could really take advantage of the amp damage. Nah, we're good. We're out of this. Yeah, nah, dog. We out of that. We're good. So many people talk so much shit about Axton, or about the Commando class. This is my favorite class. I'm a rifles kind of guy. I love assault rifles. I love fully automatic rifles. AK-47, M16, Steyr AUG, FNFAL. Like, there's so many. I'm a rifles guy, right? I'm a huge rifle enthusiast. Okay, they fucked us in the ass right here. That's fine. I was talking. I was too busy talking about rifles, right? M14, any M14 really, even the EBR, you know, the Tavor, you know, the ACR for sure, HK G36. I mean, there's so many. Oh my God, we didn't even kill this guy yet. Was that Zero? Did you guys hear Zero's voiceover? I heard like a Zero melee voiceover. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. I don't know, man. So much bombastic dog shit. Alright, where are we? Yeah, we're cooked. Damn, Brody. Alright, let me get my head on straight here. Let's see what we're dealing with here. For whatever reason, we need to respec our build here. Let's see what we're running. Okay, for one, this pistol's got to go. We're going back to Unkempt Herald. I know I was saying how overrated it was earlier, but like, you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. Like, the fucking, this gun, the Unforgiven, For Zero, this gun is powerful. Believe it or not, I think this thing has like a 5 to 800% critical hit rate or damage. With Zero, yeah, this thing is fucking bonkers. But like with Axton, the fucking Unkempt Herald's the shit because of these explosive bonuses. Which is fine, you know, I mean, it's totally fine because, well, you know, I mean, it's all about synergy here, right? I almost feel like getting a Kerblaster. What do you guys think? Should I keep the Shreddifier? Because I like the Shreddifier. The Kerblaster, I don't like how slow moving the projectiles are. Yeah, without us being able to regenerate health when our shield's full, I feel like this build is very damage oriented. Because like right, we have the double up is necessary. Double up, you need this in UVHM because it's a guaranteed way to slag enemies, and because it's your action skill, it's so necessary. Like I'm sorry, but it's just so necessary. You have to be able to slag. Like slag is, in UVHM you need it. It's not a question about, you know, oh yeah, it would be nice if I could. No, it's you need to. There's no question about it. That amp damage is fucking crazy. He got nuked. Get a fucking obliterated, dude. And drop it. Why is his hand in his ass? What the fuck, dude? We're almost level 61. Which is always a good thing. Please use mod. Aw man, I'm sorry dog, I'm on console. I don't mod. I can't mod today. I'm not a big modding type of guy. I apologize. Fucking hell. He just got launched into the next life. Like, holy shit, did you guys see that? Dude just got orbitally obliterated. Oh no, he died. Yeah, I'm cooked. Yeah, there just wasn't no dumbass enemy close enough to me for me to just demolish. For me to dismantle. Is this console or PC version? This is PS5 version. This is the PS4 Handsome Collection, being run on a PS5. optimal frame rates, performance. Which in other words just means it's on my 4K TV. Like, I'm sorry guys. I'm fucking basic, man. This is a nice TV though. I will give it credit. You know, I got this TV for Christmas last year. And it's fucking based. I love it, bro. It's this big ass TV. By the way, of which, the Silent Hill 2, the remake of Silent Hill 2, dude, it's fucking gorgeous on the PS5, man. Dude, genuinely, there are parts of that game, because you can tell it's a game because of the graphics, but there are other times where you just look at it from a distance at the right angle. Some of the time, bro, that shit looks photorealistic. Like the fog effect in that game is photorealistic fog. Like I don't know how to describe it. It looks real at times, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's good. That's all that matters to me. Alright. Alright. Alright, here comes the bullshit. So that choice kind of varies from time to time. It depends. I'm going to answer that question with a statement. Depends on who I'm playing. So right now we're trying to get the better version of the Emperor, like a more level version of the Emperor, maybe with an element, maybe not. Doesn't matter to me. Ideally without an element in this case, because Axton gets a bonus that increases the damage of his weapons if they don't have elements. And so non-elemental damage being increased, because here's the thing, right? All non-elemental damaged variants of weapons will always have higher base damage than the variants with elements. And that, my friends, is because of the way that the balancing system works. In 90% of the time. There are a few legendaries, I think, that will have higher than usual base damage despite having an element, but those are typically probably associated with legendary weapons. We're gonna go ahead and respec this build. This is not the typical build, and you can tell because I keep dying because with this build I'm not regenerating health. In fact, we're not even running my my Blood of Terramorphous. We're running these Skin of the Ancients, right? These bones and skin and blood of the Ancients, right? The Skin of the Ancients here is pretty powerful. It's shock resistance, non-elemental damage resistance. Assault rifle max ammo plus pistol max ammo plus maximum health. This is really good because 62% to assault rifle maximum ammunition, and when you have 1,000 or 1,100 rounds as your maximum ammo, you're getting 62.5% of that. That's a pretty hefty number, you know what I mean? Like, that's 1,700 ammo. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of rounds. Alright, so we're gonna respec this again, right? So, obviously. Ooh, I'd love to increase the mag size, but we're gonna pass out on that. We're definitely gonna max this out because we need health regen. Reload speed. We could actually opt to have that out, but it's whatevs. Okay, the lower the health, or while your shields are depleted, your damage increases. We're just gonna skip out for higher capacity. Increases gun damage of non-elemental weapons necessary. Pretty much makes you 1% better at everything. This does also increase your mag size by 1%, but man, fuck. I don't know what to do here. Rockets are kind of cool. I like the rocket volleys. They're pretty powerful. We can almost invest 4 points into this, get a 40% mag size increase to assault rifles, which is powerful because this gun holds 105. So 40% of that looks like basically like 140 rounds, which again with these spin guns with these crazy fire rates and some of that extra ammunition would pair really nicely with this Bone of the Ancients class mod. Like, I don't see why I have this version, because see, the health percentage it gives you is less than this version, and also the ammo percentage is 1% off. And this one also gives you pistol ammo, which again, that Unkempt Herald, you know what I mean? Like, having more rounds at your disposal with the Unkempt Herald is just useful. Like, all around, it's just useful. Like, this is truly, like, badass. The other thing people need to consider with this is that health regeneration per second is percentage based, right? It regenerates 3.6% of your maximum health. The bigger the number of your health, that means the more points of health get regenerated. And at the end game, the whole point is to make the numbers maximized, because then your percentages are higher. In other words, if I were to increase my health by 30%, you know what I mean? Like that, you know, that could be 60,000 health points. Well, 60,000 health points, now 1% of that number versus 1% of 100 is a very different number. You know what I mean? If you just do the basic math with that, you know what I mean? Like, you'll figure it out. The cool thing is we can increase our reload speed, max health, gun damage, fire rate, critical hit rate, accuracy, and gun damage by 1%. Making us, well, now 4% better at basically just about everything. This is not a good skill because it's such a small percentage base, but it is a jack of all trades type of thing, to where it's like, you know, if guns really suck, barely increasing the percentages, it doesn't necessarily fix certain weapons, but it definitely makes them improved. And that improvement is just enough to keep us going. Now, we should probably realistically be investing in like fight for your life skills, improve reload speed, shield recharge delay based upon how much health you have. The lower the health, the higher the bonus. Same thing with this in these dire situations, because yeah. But I mean, ideally, if I were to put 4 points into the health, we'd probably be looking at over 560,000 health points. But I don't know. What do I know, right? I know that I have enough to respec my skills. I don't know. Maybe that 1% better at everything kind of just is overrated. So we're just gonna respec here again. I'm sorry, guys. And I wonder if we're gonna skip this. No, we can't. No two ways about it. At least 1 point into here. And then come back over here. Do 1 point into this. 1 point into this. 1 point into maybe turret health. Rocket volley. I don't know. Ten percent increase to magazine size for assault rifles. Plus that 1% magazine size. That 1% ain't gonna do jack shit. Realistically, it's not gonna do jack shit. But the thing is, it's not 1%, it's 11%, because we just did, well, for assault rifles, but still. Yeah, look how much more health I have. 5, 2. So, the assault rifle, 105, 116. Alright, it's not a massive boost. Again, those rounds are going to be gone in milliseconds, but still, it's a few extra seconds of fire. So, that's all that matters. To me, at least. But But since, oh my god, it's locked in. It says I can only carry up to a maximum of 600 rounds, but I look at here, look at that. It says, well, oh, 700 out of 18. That's why. Plus my magazine size, dipshit. Basic ass math. How many times to take to farming the Herald, bro? Numerous. Too many. Yeah, it's the double penetrating unkempt Herald that's the bitch to farm. This one's level 54. If we go farm for level 60, we get a double penetrating. Here's the thing, we'll just skip the bullshit. We're gonna jump straight into the badass crater of badassitude. Because here's the thing, the Torgue vending machines, once you grind the tokens, the Torgue vending machines will sell you unkempt heralds. And if you could get it to sell you a double penetrating unkempt herald, it takes away the whole weird niche of farming for it. You know what I mean? Like to where you won't have to farm for it. You can just buy it with Torgue tokens, and which, by the way, we have 100 Torgue tokens. Which again, it isn't shit, but you know, I mean, it's like we have some Torgue tokens. We can always go into a lower difficulty and spam the bar raids and maximize the amount of Torque tokens we have, and then we can go and just buy whatever we want.
Just head to the arena while I play you a sick guitar solo.
Somewhere in a hurry?
Here's something that's always interested me. See how these motorcycles are a thing? We've never, as players, gotten like motorcycles.
Let's go. That's right.
Oh, they're cooked.
I'm ready for more. Say hello, beautiful.
The other aspect about action I like is the fast weapon swap speed, the fast reload speed, the faster movement speed. It's just very useful stuff. The curved blaster. What a dog show weapon. Pulling up. Alright.
You are now in the presence of greatness.
Well, we've already started for the arena. Damn it. We got to him too damn fast. That's what it was. Believe this, so there's this right next to this torque sign, or this blaster billboard. What you want to do is explain this. You want to. There's other ways to get back here, but
My wares are only for those who have defeated the Seraph Guardian. If you have not defeated us,
do I not have a Seraph Crystal? Fucking damn it, bro. Give me a second, guys. Let me show you something fucking crazy, right? I had this shit at OP8, but when they fucking did the, what do you call it? When they did the DLC, the Commander Lilith DLC, they made it to OP10 and increased the maximum level to 80. It you know, my zero had to go back from 72 up to 80, which I'm glad they increased the maximum level. Wish it was some weird number like level 82 being the maximum level. Again, always me trying to get more skill points, but I think 80 is a fair level. Yep, OP level 7. Was OP 8 for a while. And that's not my normal zero skin either. I don't know what I was thinking when I equipped this wacky ass shit. Hold on a minute. Let me fix this. Let me... let me correct myself before I wreck myself. Who you calling yellow? Alright. Dark Knight. I'm Batman. Alright, let's look around. This unicorn skin. It's crazy. Alright. The headhunter packs, the heads look kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. We'll just go with the basic fucking default zero. Alright. So here's what we're running. Well, that's his shit, right? What's this? A fucking... A fucking bandit fucking... Um... green class or com. Why? Well, health regeneration. Long story short, this thing offers a bonus to my maximum health by 663,000. That's a little more than 500,000. Also, health regeneration per second is insane. The Blood of the Seraphims increases my max health while also adding health regeneration. So the thing is that 1% is a percentage based amount. So the thing is that's 1% of however much my health is, and because this increases the maximum number of health, that also increases the maximum amount of health points I get a second. See how that works. The O negative, which is a health stealing thing, and then the Neogenator, which increases my maximum health and gives me health regeneration. So if you look at my maximum health for Zero, that's pretty insane. So when you take away a few of these things, like take away the Calm, Chaotic Evil Rogue, going for Shadow of the Seraphims, and put a B shield on there. Look at my health. Now watch what happens when I put all this shit on, right? Start with the Neogenator, start with this, start with that, or start with that. No, wait, this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at my health. Guys, that is a massive fucking difference. I could tell you as a Zero main, a person who has mained Zero for a long time, I could certainly tell you that that's very impressive. It's widely, it should be widely considered that's a very impressive amount of maximum health for this character. Because in all reality, like, okay, if you take the right character with the right health skills and stuff and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like Axton, for instance, one of his base skills, you can increase his maximum health by I think more than 40%. So I mean, I'm just saying, right? Like, you can get fucking crazy ass health with other characters, Maya, with Axton, Salvador especially. But for Zero, this is impressive because I mean, like that's 11,666,359 health points, and I mean, like that's a lot. That's no number to scoff at. But take a peek, low key, at how much this little class mod affects my health. It affects it by 66,000. Which again isn't the biggest number, but that's another 500,000. So if you think about it, if that was another 300,000 or 400,000 points, that would basically be putting us at 12 million health points, which is just crazy. Those are crazy ass numbers, bro. But the other thing is this, right? There are blue versions of this comm that I have not been lucky enough to find. I'm assuming an OP10 version of this might actually add an additional 1.2 or 1.1 million, so we might be able to make it to approximately 12 million health, which again, 1% of 12 million compared to 1% of 700,000 is a massive fucking difference. You know what I mean? It's a massive difference. And the other thing is this, we have an OP4 Neogenator. We can totally find a higher, more powerful Neogenator. Which, by the way, this increases our maximum health by exactly 1.2 million. If we can get an OP7 Neogenator, alright, we could be looking at percentages maybe as high as an extra 3 or 4 million, or an extra 2 million added to our health pool. You know, so we could realistically get up to 14 or 15 million health, which is fucking insane. It's just so insane, right? That's just crazy to me. This is crazy work. That's a lot of fucking health, bro. For this character, that's important. Now, the other build I have for this character involves the B shield. Okay. The B shield adds amp damage, which is as high as 2.8 million, which is fucking crazy damage. Considering, you know, like let's take a peek at, say, well, I don't fucking know. Yeah, we'll just say the Maggie, right? That's 300,000 times 6, right? And you want to put on the Chaotic Evil Rogue, and you want to do the Shadow of the Seraphims, alright? This is a crazy build for you guys. I'm gonna teach you guys something. Teach you guys how to turn a bolt-action rifle into a fully automatic rifle. So I know some people are like, what the fuck's this guy talking about? Where's the sniper rifle? Okay, here's an example. This sniper rifle talks to us. Alright, we got 2 Fang equipped. Okay, so the Chaotic Evil Rogue, all the Chaotic Evil Rogue does is increase our critical hit damage and our fire rate. It adds 3 into velocity, 4 into like the wind, and then 5 into 2 Fang. So that 5 into 2 Fang matters because look, that's a 60% chance to shoot twice. Then what you do is you also equipped a Shadow of the Seraphims, which increases your chance to shoot twice by 31%. Adding the percentages of basically 60% plus 31% is 91% chance to shoot twice, resulting in this. Watch the mag cap in the lower corner. And for Jacobs, it just allows you to shoot as fast as you can pull the trigger. And let me adjust my trigger correctly. Let me get my fingers ready. It's fucking broken. Now watch what happens when you use a fully automatic weapon. Alright, we'll just pick up, say, the Infinity. Because it's shooting twice, and it only holds one round, but it's infinite ammo. You've doubled the DPS of this weapon. The other crazy shit is like, watch the SMG. Mag dump. Shotguns. It's fucking crazy work, bro. Rocket launchers. Gone in seconds. This build was so fucking crazy. I took so much pride into basically building this because this build was crazy. It's crazy work. And so yeah, no, when you get some really powerful weapons, like, oh, the Unkempt Herald, right? Double penetrating Unkempt Herald. This is only OP4, by the way. 27 rounds. Gone in seconds. The damage ratio with this weapon alone is fucking bonkers. Like, just how quickly you can demolish enemies. Like I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, we're done just running around. Let me just speed run. Let's go to 1,000 cuts. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys this shit. Right. I'm gonna go to bunker. And I don't know how many people watching are true like Borderlands fanatics, but those of you guys that are will know exactly what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna break this down to why this build is the ultimate boss killer. It is just the ultimate boss killer. There's no other explanation. There's no other logical explanation as to why this build is the way it is, basically. It just simply is. Death mark with kunai, gone, deleted. Kill skills activated. Very powerful. Ooh, there's a constructor V3. Now, granted, depending on the boss you're facing, depending on various other factors at play. Don't worry, guys. We're almost up there. Look at this dog shit damage, bro. Look at this bullshit, bro. That's what does that say? 58 million? No, it doesn't. It's 5848. I mean, no, it's 4.8 million times 3.69%, or multiplied by 3. It's a lot of damage, in other words. Like, watch this bullshit. I'm gonna see this massive. See this big fucker? Deleted. Absolutely deleted. That is why this build is OP. That's called cow tipping. I'm sorry, what the fuck would I do that for? I don't know, I'm losing it, guys. Okay. Part of the problem here, guys, is that we're not running my Neogenator build. We're just running the boss killer build. So the Neogenator build makes it to where, like, you guys can see how quickly Zero's health is just draining down to nothing.
You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches.
It's that small health pool that keeps this character held back. But I'm telling you guys, once you get a strong Neogenator, and I mean I can use a stronger B shield, which would increase the amp damage because this is OP5. I'm telling you guys, once I get an OP7 Neogenator and an OP7 Uncapped Herald, like this build is like, this build's incomplete because I don't have maximum level gear yet. I don't have OP10 gear. I don't have OP10 loot. I just have OP7 loot, but still. In which case is Uncapped Herald. Oh hey, what's going on, Chill? What's going on, homie? This one's the OP4, so this one's significantly underleveled because we're playing an OP7. See the BNK3R, the bunker. Show you guys something, right? We're gonna kill him in one shot. This is what I mean by this. This is the ultimate boss killer. I'm a cheater. I mean, I suppose this could be considered a cheat code or classified as a cheat code. We got a kill skill required too. Oh man, this is the damage is gonna break. This is gonna break the game. Done. Guy's seeing it firsthand. He's done. What are you still shooting at me for? You're done. You're cooked. You're fried chicken. You're fried chicken. Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh, there he is. I'm trying to do a 360 no scope, but then I was like, I don't know, moves so fast that I can't even track what's going on. Did he drop anything? No. I think they lowered his drop rates. Sucks ass, because this is how you get the sham. Which, speaking of the sham, I'm going to explain something to you guys. Notice I have a couple of sham shields. Probably, I don't know, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Doesn't matter. I'm going to explain it to you guys, right? So, rocket ammo. Okay, watch this. I'm going to show you something, right? What you want is a Logan's gun. Ideally, one that's like low level. Like level 12. Like, this is perfect, right? Look at this. 69 damage times 2. Okay, this gun isn't doing shit. Watch this. We can shoot this fucking one of these loader bots all day long. Even with amp damage, it isn't doing shit. See what I mean? But what you want to do is this. You want to 89 sham. 94% absorbent. Yeah, 94 sham is crazy. What you want to do is equip the sham shield. And we got the nukem. No ammo! Are you shitting me? So here's the thing, see the shield, how it's saying adds rocket damage? Guess what that did? That added, for every damage I took of that absorbent chance, it gave me back rockets to spam. Wait a second! Oh man. Oh dude. Oh my god, Brody. The way that it lined up like that, I thought there was a pearl. I really, with the naked eye, I'm so tired. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, dude, that was for nothing. Gunzerker. No, pearl. Yeah, I've gotten too many pearls. But yeah, no. I've never seen that Gunzerker hood. Oh well. But yeah. So, but yeah, no, chill. Check this out, right? So we have the this setup. Look how much health Zero gets. Watch this. I'm just gonna go buy health at the station as you're regenerating health. But just look at the health difference, right? I mean, realistically, I could probably... This is what I was using to get through DigiPeak, the setup, because, I don't know, it's just like the survival rating is much higher with this build than any other Zero build. Like, look at the health. Like, look at the look at that health, dog. Like, that's a pretty fucking sizable amount of health for this character. It's all about gear. And if you guys do the right builds, you guys can easily get that OP as well. But then again, you know, it also comes with time and dedication. But now, granted, I'm not the best Borderlands player. Have you ever played... Yeah, of course I played the pre-sequel. It wasn't my favorite, though. Definitely wasn't my favorite. Definitely prefer the pre-sequel over Borderlands 3, but then again, I can't fault Borderlands 3 because I feel like, I don't know, that game, it's unfair to over-criticize the pre-sequel. I mean, I know I have some really ridiculous builds of Zero. Oh man. So the oh dude, the character list is insane. But yeah, Commando, Loot Hunter, yeah, we're gonna We're gonna keep farming for that Emperor, actually. We're gonna go back and farm for the Unkempt Herald and the Emperor, alright? The two quintessential weapons in our playthrough here. Alright, so we're gonna go to Three Horns Valley. Oh no, we're not. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Okay, you know what's actually crazy? We'll talk about this. I spent so many years and I haven't even noticed it. We'll get back to it in a second here. Steam, Southpaw Steam and Power. Taking the beanie off. Starting to fuck with my hair. Alright. Why the fuck did I just pick that up? Would I be able to join you? I think it's only a solo match. I could be mistaken though.
Dropping sentry! Look at me when I'm That's right!
Dude, that was fucking. Oh my god, dude, that was fucking. That was dog shit. We're doing all this trouble to get the same SMG because I want it to be a higher level. Since this is level 50, 54, 56, level 54, yep. Now, because those grenades are all sort of detonating, there might be a slight chance that when I respawn, he still has all that damage dealt to him now, though I could be wrong. Alright. We are using underlevel loot. The thing is, in UVHM, the best way to keep up is to constantly refarm. Every 3 or 4 levels, refarming your loot. Every 3 to 5 levels, refarm the loot. Because at some point in time, you're going to be running into enemies that are way more powerful for no reason. And I get it, it's more convenient just to farm the first guy, it's faster, but the thing is, each time you load the game or each time you start a game or whatever, when you spawn in here, there's a 1 in 4 chance that the weapon you're looking for, which is the Emperor, is going to spawn. So, whilst technically speaking, yeah, it's faster just to farm the first guy. If you farm the other 2 guys, you might have a higher likelihood of actually getting it. Basic laws of probability. I'll say this, out of all the assassins though, that first assassin Lot, he's the most common drop I've actually gotten the Emperor from, is always that first guy. Everyone else, it's not as much, but then again, there's always a chance that they might drop it, so I don't see the point of wasting chances, you know what I mean? Alright.
The Hyperion Corporation suggests live.
Bloody damn it, if we only got that at fucking what's his name? Ooh, pangolin. Pangolins are cool animals. Yeah, they're the only mammal in the world or on the planet that has scales. wish I wasn't so tired. But now it's daylight. I really got to get going to bed here shortly. I'm just so tired. I'm supposed to be going to the gym and then going to the range today. I have 500 rounds of 9mm I'm going to shoot, and I have approximately 70 rounds of 380 I'm going to shoot, and I have like 200 rounds of 5.56. So I got a lot of ammo to burn through today. I might go through 2 or 3 boxes of shotgun shells, depending on if I'm still feeling bored after doing the rest of my training, but then again, it's just like, it's whatever. I'm not too fucking worried about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I gotta fucking get the energy. I need to get to sleep. I'm not getting out of my car and driving. I'm this fucking tired. I'm just not doing it. It's just not happening. Most of the rest of my loot doesn't need to be leveled up, it's just the Unkempt Herald and the Emperor. So I think the Emperor does have above average damage for a purple rarity weapon of its same like level and quality, but I mean the above average damage doesn't equate to much. You know what I mean? Like, in all reality.
Wanna meet my girlfriend? Not dead yet!
It's like, come on guys, someone drop me the Emperor, please. I want it so badly. At least, I mean, I already have it, but I just want a stronger version of it, because it's like it's starting to poop out a little bit, not a whole lot, but it's starting to, you can kind of tell where it's like not killing as quickly as I'd like it to. I don't know, man. I'm getting tired. I really appreciate all you guys coming to support me. I'm actually gonna confess something. I've never had this many people in a single live stream at once. So I'm very grateful for you guys coming out and showing your support and coming out and just chilling. I hope to have more sessions like this, more streaming sessions like this, where it's just chill, good vibes. But realistically, I'm gonna go to bed, wake up, play some Halo, and kick it with old school Borderlands 1. I'm gonna come through and do a Borderlands 3 stream, because like I started that and it just went nowhere because I had work. It had like an hour like before I started streaming, so it's like I had to sort of just leave by a certain time. So you know, it's just I had prior engagements and I probably shouldn't have streamed in the first place. But anyway, peace out, stay safe, stay cool, and more importantly, stay legit. Peace.